Give me one, bro. Please, just one. Bro, for real? You for real, bro? What the f? So recently, I was challenged by many of my friends, people online, my family, and even the voices inside of my head to try to get a girlfriend. So the first method to easily complete this challenge that came through my mind was, let's get on dating apps. However, if I only knew how bad it would be back then, yeah, I probably would have tried something else first. But by now, it shouldn't be a surprise that dating apps do not want to see you win. I mean, if that was the case, they wouldn't charge you an insane amount for you to have the possibility of finding the love of your life. Right? Anyways, I decided to do an experiment over the summer to see how hard it really is to find love with dating apps in today's generation. And let me tell you, it definitely isn't easy. And all that to say that I downloaded the big three and worked so hard on my profile to make it look as original and as funny and as good as possible. So that means no fish pictures, unfortunately, as well as no mirror pics. Also, side note, I don't really know if I would be considered average by today's standards. I think if you add all of my stats, like in Skyrim, I would like to believe that I'm at least average, but I really don't know. I mean, there's one of my stats that's always been a deal breaker for many candidates of the opposite gender, and that is, drumroll please, my height. I can't lie to you guys, I am 5'7", barefoot on a good day. So that should already make it clear that it's always kind of been hard for me with the ladies, as let's be honest, being short kind of limits your dating pool by a lot. Kind of seen as undesirable by many women as you don't pass their minimal threshold for height, right? I don't know, is it 6 foot these days or is it 6'5" with inflation? Now let's start with my review of Tinder after 3 months. Spoiler alert, my results are really not so great. On Tinder, you get about 25 likes to use per day, which means that if I use them all, except for 10 days and 3 months, my results are 2,000 airballs, which I calculated right here, 15 matches, 0 dates, 5 likes that I didn't like back, which means they weren't really my cup of tea. I'll just keep it like that. I averaged about 3 message interactions. Yeah, pretty bad, guys. Literally 3/4 of the girls I matched with didn't even answer my opening message. And I only managed to move one of the convos to Snapchat, which she added me back, yes. I sent her a snap, and then she left me undelivered. What the hell? But I guess she's busy taking a shower, right, guys? She'll answer soon. No big deal. Now, the pool of selection on Tinder are girls that are mostly looking for short-term fun, short-term relationships, whatever you want to call it. Boom, boom, chow. You know what that means. However, I can't even lie to y'all. There are a bunch of hot women on there. I've seen like a couple 9, 10s almost every time I've opened the app. But what does it matter, right? If you can't even talk to them, if you don't even match with them, it's like just going window shopping pretty much. Also, there was just so many bots on here. So many fake profiles and OF promotions, which kind of ruins the experience because you're like, you don't even know if these girls are real or not. Tinder, you guys gotta fix that ASAP because, yeah, it's not going so good on that app. Get like a like and then realize, oh shit, this girl's not real. It's a fucking AI.
You look lonely. I can fix that.
So overall, Tinder boys, it's not it. I would say girls swipe 95% based on looks and status, since there's no prompts, right? Or there's nothing really that can get you to know the other person's personality, which, you know, a lot of people say just have a good personality, just be confident, just go out there. But in the case for this app, I think that advice goes straight to the... And look, the convos and girls I matched with in general were all pretty generic and boring, right? And it was just hard to take the convo out of the app to Instagram, for example, and set up a date there. Since, I mean, there wasn't much high interest to begin with. And yeah, I would mostly get ghosted pretty quick when asking them out. So I did shoot a couple shots, you know, but it is what it is, man. 2 out of 10 experience. Horrible. I hated every second of it. Okay, now let's move on to Bumble. On here, my results were not so great either. I can't even lie to you. On Bumble, you get 25 likes to use per day, which comes back to the same stats as Tinder's. 2,000 airballs, 12 matches, 0 dates, and about 7 likes that I skipped. And the app never shows you again who likes you. They just disappear vanish into the oblivion forever. Here on Bumble, however, the conversations I had with girls were much longer and actually had some kind of substance to it compared to Tinder. On average, I would say the messages exchanged during the conversations were about like 12 or 13. That is, if the girl wouldn't ghost me after the first message I would send. But yeah, there was much less bots here and NOF promotions. However, I noticed that there were some AI profiles here and there, which is probably just guys trying to do the AI girl meta, right? And lure you to their Instagram so you can subscribe to their OF or something, or pay for their Snapchat, which is a complete L scam, guys. Just don't fall for it. Bumble also forces girls to make the first move, which ends up just always being, hey, hi, how you doing? Absolutely no riz from the ladies. They give you the option of putting prompts also, which can be useful to show a little bit of personality, right? And to initiate a conversation and find something in common, which is a better strategy than on Tinder. However, let's be honest, here the likes are still mostly based on looks, and these prompts just help your chances of her saying something other than hey, right? Because she wants to relate to something in your profile if she does go through all that effort. However, the most brutal part on Bumble for me was that they force you to display your height, which you can already imagine that a lot of girls probably automatically swipe left as soon as they saw that little 5 starter height. But hey, what can I say? It's just preference, I guess, right?
Wow, man. Damn.
Anyways, overall, Bumble is much better if you're looking for a serious relationship long term and want to avoid all the girls that are just on dating apps for hookups, attention, male validation and all that bullshit. But that doesn't mean there's no hoes on Bumble. It's just the quantity is way less than Tinder. I would give my experience on Bumble a solid 5 out of 10. About average, nothing too crazy, but also nothing absolutely horrible. Alright, so we come to the final of the big 3, that is Hinge. Let's talk about it. On here, my results were, drumroll, fucking awful too. On Hinge, you only get 8 likes per day, which means people tend to be way more selective on who they like and on what prompts and images, as well as what they would say. That goes for both men and girls, but mostly I'm a guy, so I'll talk about my experience. On here, the stats are not looking so good either. I'd say about 640 airballs, 14 matches, 0 dates, and 1 like that I just simply did not reciprocate for reasons that are out of my scale. Just like Bumble here, the convos were much longer. Although, for most girls that would match with me, I was always the one that it initiated, meaning I was the one that sent out the like on one of her pictures or prompts. Although this one, I feel like if you actually put effort, a lot of effort on your profile, and your prompts, pictures, captions, and all that, you could actually get more girls swiping on you than you on them, if that makes sense. But yeah, this app definitely has a higher skill rank that you could reach as an average guy. By, for example, using the voice notes, which I wanted to, but I unfortunately do not have the corpse husband voice. So yeah, it wouldn't have worked out for me that well. It's more funny on Hinge, there's way more things you can try, way more strategies, but again, it's pay to win. Also, it's pretty well known that on Hinge, there is an ELO ranking. That ELO ranking sets you up with profiles with a similar ELO, and you can more than guess what this is based on. Basically, your looks. I mean, your personality, right? Your inner light. It's all about what's inside. Hinge is basically like a skill-based matchmaking competitive shooter game, except you get heart stuck silver 3 if you're just not that guy, which sucks, but I guess you just need better pictures, better confidence, better personality. About it, right? So yeah, if you're getting a lot of likes and messages, you're gonna get people on your feed that also get around the same amount of likes and messages as you. So if you're like Diamond 3, you're gonna be playing against, Diamond 3 or maybe even Immortal players. Okay, like no joke. This is basically a dating skill-based matchmaking ranking system app. Except in my case, I was hard stuck bronze 3 for like the 3 months I was in there. Oh man. Okay, let's just finish this video. Okay, so to keep this video nice and simple, dating apps, what do I think of it? Trash. Garbage. Absolute waste of time and energy, and it's just gonna drain you of all happiness you had before downloading the apps. Don't do it. It's not worth your download. I only recommend it if you know that you're in the top percentage of your age range in terms of looks, status, money, and just overall, you know. But if you're an average Joe like me, then it's definitely not gonna be easy. You're definitely not gonna get 0 matches, but the few matches that you do get, you better pray that something comes out of it. At least one message, one reply back. There's probably many ways of maxing out your chances of getting, you know, above average results. For example, if you have professional photo shoots, or if you niche down your target audience, or have very well thought out prompts that can create easy engagement. But to be honest, I'm done with it, guys. I'm just so done with dating apps. I'm moving on to the next strategy of potentially meeting my soulmate, which is going outside. Yes, mission failed, but I'm not giving up just yet. We'll get it next time. I hope you learned something from this video. Let me know your thoughts down below. Let me know your experience on dating apps, how it's been going on for you. And I would really like to, you know, have a respectful conversation about this and see different perspectives, different experiences. Yeah. Keep your heads up, Kings. I'll see you guys on the next one. Subscribe and like the video.